All right, let's talk about the 2026 CBSC Class 12 Physics exam. You might have heard that things are changing, and they are, big time. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the official blueprint and build you a solid, data-driven strategy. It's time to throw out those old study habits, because this is a whole new ballgame. Let's dive right in.
Okay, be honest. Are you looking at that massive physics syllabus and feeling just a little bit overwhelmed? Yeah, I get it. You are definitely not alone. Physics is a beast on its own, and then you add the pressure of board exams? It's a lot. But that's exactly why we're doing this, to turn that stress into a strategy, and that anxiety into confidence.
Look, the way you've been studying, it probably won't be enough anymore. Seriously. The CBSE has fundamentally changed the game. They're moving away from just asking you to spit back facts you've memorized. Now, it's all about a totally new style of questioning. And that means we need a new strategy, one that's tailor-made for the exact paper you're going to face. So, here's our roadmap for cracking this thing. We'll look at the big exam shift, decode the paper's blueprint, and map out the high-scoring units. Then we'll talk easy wins versus tough battles, pinpoint some guaranteed questions, and wrap it all up with your winning game plan. Let's go.
All right, first things first, we need to get a handle on the new DNA of this paper. And trust me, this isn't just a small change. It's a complete shift in philosophy. They're trying to figure out how you think, not just what you've memorized.
Just look at this breakdown right here. A whopping 50%, literally half of your entire paper is now made up of these competency-based questions. Think about that. Traditional descriptive questions, they're down to 30%, and MCQs fill out the last 20%. The message from the board couldn't be any clearer. They want to see if you can actually use what you've learned, not just recite it from a textbook.
So you're probably asking, what on earth are competency-based questions? Well, it's simple. Think of them as physics problems dressed up in real-world clothes. We're talking case studies, scenarios, MCQs that actually make you think. The question isn't just, what is the formula? It's, here's a situation. How do you apply physics to figure it out? It's all about application.
Okay, we get the new philosophy. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're about to decode the actual paper blueprint. You got to know the rules of the game before you play, right? This is an absolutely crucial step. And here it is, the blueprint in all its glory. Section A gets you started with 16 one-markers, a mix of MCQs and assertion reasoning. Then, sections B and C are your standard short answers. Now, look at section D, 2 case studies, worth a total of 8 marks. And finally, the big one. Section E. This is where you'll find 3 heavy-hitting 5-mark long answer questions. Honestly, this section can be a real game changer for your final score.
So all in all, you're facing down 33 questions.
And those 33 questions, they add up to a total of 70 marks for the theory paper. Now, every single one of those marks is up for grabs, but the real trick, the real strategy, is figuring out where to find the easiest marks first. Okay, now this is where things get really interesting. This is pure strategy. You need to understand that not all units carry the same weight. So we're going to map out exactly where the big marks are hiding so you know where to aim your firepower for maximum effect.
Just take a quick look at this chart. You can immediately see the 3 big powerhouses. EM waves and optics combined, that's a massive 18 marks. Right on its heels, you've got magnetism and EMI/AC sitting at 17 marks. And then electrostatics and current electricity at 16. I mean, just these 3 clusters, that's pretty much the lion's share of your entire paper right there.
Okay, let's drill down a bit with the detailed breakdown. Just like we saw, those top 3 groups are enormous. They add up to 51 marks out of a total of 70. That's huge. But here's a pro tip. Don't sleep on the smaller units. Dual nature, atoms and nuclei, that's a solid 12 marks, and electronic devices gives you another 7. The questions from these units are often way more straightforward and can be easy points to bag.
Right. So, knowing where the marks are is half the battle. The other half is knowing how hard they are to get. So now, we're going to sort these chapters into 2 buckets, the easy wins and the tough battles. This is all about allocating your study time smartly to get the best possible return on your effort.
You're going to want to pay close attention to this. Think of it as your strategic cheat sheet. On the left, we've got the easy wins. These are generally more theoretical, a bit more direct, and great for banking some quick marks. On the right, those are the tough battles. These are the chapters that are packed with complex derivations and tricky numericals. The game plan is simple, right? Go after the easy column first. Secure those marks, build up your confidence in your score, and then you can go to war with the tougher stuff.
Okay,
Let's be real. This is probably the section you've been waiting for. We're talking about the guaranteed hits. Based on analyzing years and years of papers, there are some high-value questions that show up so consistently, they're practically a sure thing. If you want a smart way to study, mastering these is it.
Now, this isn't just me guessing. This is a clear, established pattern. You can bet that one of your 3 5-mark questions will come from either Chapter 6, which is electromagnetic induction, or Chapter 7, alternating current. That's 5 marks just sitting there, waiting for you. All you have to do is focus your practice on the big derivations and numericals from those 2 specific chapters.
And here you have it, the holy trinity of 5-mark questions. You're going to get 1 from electrostatics, that's Chapter 1 or 2. You'll get 1 from either EMI or AC, Chapter 6 or 7, and you'll get 1 from optics, Chapter 9 or 10. Let that sink in. That's 15 marks right there. That is more than 20% of your entire theory paper coming from just 3 highly predictable areas. You absolutely have to make these topics your #1 priority for deep practice.
Okay, we have done a lot. We've analyzed the new exam pattern, we've mapped out where all the marks are, and we've even pinpointed the most likely heavy hitters. Now, let's tie it all together into a simple, winning game plan that you can literally start using right now.
Here it is, your 4-step plan for success. It's that simple. Step 1, master the blueprint. You've got to know the structure, the question types, the marks for every section, backwards and forwards. Step 2, prioritize the high-weightage units. Put, say, 70% of your energy into optics, electromagnetism, and electrostatics. Step 3, balance your attack. Bag all the marks from the easy chapters first, then move on to the tougher ones. And finally, Step 4, target those 5 markers. Hunt them down. Practice the derivations and numericals from those 3 key areas until you can do them in your sleep.
So, the big question is, are you ready to crack this code? Because that's what this is. The CBSE physics paper isn't some unbeatable monster. It's a puzzle. It's a code. And now, you have the key. Remember, this exam isn't just about what you know. It's about how you play the game. Use this strategy, walk into that exam hall knowing you're not just prepared, you're a step ahead. You've got this. Good luck.